Now I want to bring in Oklahoma Congressman and member of the House Ways and Means Committee, also Border Security Caucus member Kevin Hern. Congressman, thank you for joining us. We all are feeling the impact of Joe Biden's border crisis. I'd like to get your reaction to what we just heard from Jason Jones there.
Well, what Jason just reported is the facts, and that's the problem we have with our colleagues across the aisle, the Democrats and the Biden administration. They don't want to go there. They don't want to see the hard facts, because if they go, then they can't have deniability. You know, it's not just the member of Congress that Jason just referenced. I would argue that it's pretty much everybody in the Democrat Party, with the exception of one or two. Henry Cuellar, a person who lives at the border, who sees this on a regular basis, consistently supports the bills that come across and the issues that support, you know, securing our southern border and dealing with our trafficking of our children, of people, of the fentanyl that can kill all Americans many times over. I would argue what has happened today is it's the old-time strategy of a Trojan horse. Countries around the world that are not friendly to the United States of America, and for all your viewers, the people that are crossing the southern border are not just Mexicans. There are a few. It's the majority of people that are from around the world, other countries. And one would ask, how did they get from the Middle East? How did they get from China? And what are they doing here? And the reality is that these people are coming across as the Trojan horse for the cartels and the Chinese gangs, and they're killing Americans and setting up for getting inside of us while our president is in Ukraine, worried about their borders. Our borders are being overrun.
And of course, when those folks cross the border, they're not just staying in those border communities. They're being distributed all across the United States, including right here in New York, where New York City Mayor Eric Adams is now urging migrants to, quote, find another city. He's basically saying there is no more room here in the Big Apple. His administration, Eric Adams' administration, planning to distribute flyers now at the southern border, warning new arrivals that housing in New York City is very expensive. It is, and ask them to please consider another city. Watch.
90,000 people have arrived in our city and have gone through the process. We gave them a place to sleep. We gave them food. We ensured that their children were in our school system and incorporated into our school system. But we cannot continue to absorb tens of thousands of newcomers on our own without the help of the state and federal government.
Well, Eric Adams now says that New York City has welcomed more than 90,000 migrants since April. This is only a drop in the bucket, of course, compared to Arizona and Texas. But, Congressman, I thought New York City was supposed to be a sanctuary city. We were welcoming migrants with open arms not too long ago. But now the mayor is feeling the real impact of this crisis, and now he's saying, no thanks, go somewhere else.
Well, the rhetoric of the Democrats is just an abomination of what their responsibility is. You know, people always ask, you know, here in Oklahoma where I live, which now we know that every state now is a border state, because obviously Texas can't hold over 100,000 immigrants every single month, which is what's coming in, millions a year since Biden administration came in, and he's doing absolutely nothing about it. I've called first for the resignation of Mayorkas over a year ago, and now joined asking him to be impeached through the Congress. And what we've also done, there's no question about it, that legislature and the federal legislature has the responsibility of controlling our borders, not just Texas, not Arizona, New Mexico, California, but the federal government. And the Republicans in the House passed H.R. 2 just a little over a month ago, in a way that we got all of our committees together to put something to the Senate. Now the Democrats in the Senate and the White House are not doing anything to take that up, to come together and secure our southern border once and for all. Now, listen, here we know right now that, as I mentioned earlier, fentanyl are killing our Americans across this country. 18 to 45-year-olds, number one killer in America. When it comes to human trafficking, the children, United States of America, number one in the world. And I've been to the southern border multiple times. I've seen the dates and the phone numbers written on the little girls' feet, so that when they are found dead on the journey to coming across the southern border, somebody knows who to call. And these little girls are raped 6, 8, 10 times on their journey across Mexico. The Mexican government, as Jason just mentioned, is working in a parallel government with the cartels. We have got to work and use our might in our relationship with Mexico to stop this nonsense of them allowing people to come across their country only to end up in America. This is not what we need to be as Americans. We need to stand up, support our border. Our border security is national security.